Woo. All right. Hey, you're on video now, recording that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, we're on audio. Okay. So, shh. We don't say, bad words. Okay. All right. So, anyway, I can factor trinomials in the form x squared plus bx plus c. So, what we're doing here is we are going in reverse. Okay? So, we are now saying instead of multiplying it out, foiling it out, we're going in reverse now and finding what the two binomials are that made that up. Okay? And where we use this is when we solve equations. We'll need to sometimes factor these out in order to solve these. So let me move on to the next one. And all right, what is a factor? Well, a factor, again, what do we need to know? Factor is going to make up two things or two parts that make up a multiplication problem, right? So, 2 times 9 is 18. So 2 and 9 are factors, right? Now, trinomial, of course, we've seen this. We're going to have our three terms, our monomial with three terms, and this, or polynomial, I should say. All right, first one here. So you're going to factor this out. So we're playing a guessing game here as to what goes in here. And they use this little table thing. I'm so used to not using the table. We can look at the table and see how it works for us. All right, the first one's easier. Later it gets a little harder because now we got more options here. But we have x and x for the first term. Then the last term is going to be 20. All right? So you have so many options here. And so you look at your factors of 20. And you're going to end up doing this in your head. But right now, what are our factors of 20? 1 and 20, right? So that'd be 20. 20 and 1, of course, would be...
Wait, wouldn't that be 20?
That, so as you can see, I'm not used to using the table, so we'll use it here, okay? So used to doing it in my head. So the sum, not the multiplication, 21, 21. That doesn't work, does it? But we know the next thing we can go to, 4 and 5 comes to mind right away. So, 2 and 10 would be the next one technically, right? 2 and 10, which would sum to be 12, but 4 and 5 sums to be 9. So yeah, technically the next in our order would be 2 and 10. But 4 and 5 would work. And so we can put 4 here and 5 here. And since we have plus and plus, we're in business. Okay, so x times x squared, 4 times 5 is 20. And the middle term will then, our outer and our inner, will combine to be 9x. Okay, questions about that? Let's look. Oh, hey, look what just happened. Hey, let's look at the next thing here. Same idea here now, but now I want to get a -6. And so I got to be looking a little more closely at how can I do that. And in order to get a positive at the end and then a negative, this tells me really same signs, all right? This first thing, or second thing I should say, tells me same signs. So when I see a plus sign at the second thing, that's the same signs I'm dealing with. And this one tells me which it is. So both signs are going to end up being negative. Both negative. Can you read my writing? Both negative. So this, I know already that this is what it's going to be set up as. Now I need to come up with two factors that sum together to be 8. Okay, so factors of 8. All right, factors of 8. And I'm not even worried about negatives. I just want to know what sums up to 8, okay? So 1 and 8. Nope. Or did I say that right thing? Sums up to, what do I want it to sum up to? I want it to sum up to 6, don't I? Hey, there's a clock there. Hey, there's something else. Okay, technical difficulties. Why do I have a clock? What? Hey, look at that. We're back. So, high quality videos with Mr. Neff. Okay. So, how about 2 and 4? 2 and 4 sum together be 6. And if I put them in here now, 2 and 4, then I'm in business. And again, it doesn't matter if it's x minus 4 or x minus 2 in the first order. It doesn't matter because it's going to come out the same. The book will show, like, worried about negatives. I already know they're both negative. I'm just trying to think what two sum to equal that. Okay? Questions? I will carefully advance to the next slide. Okay? So now again, I got x and x. Now, again, I want to let you look right here. This sign is minus. The only way I'm going to get a minus as the last term is if signs are, somebody said it, thank you, different. It's a little tricky, right? Different. So I know that one's going to be minus and one's going to be positive. And since they're both x and x, it doesn't matter which. So now I need to think about this. Now here, I got to look over here. Now this gives me a clue too. All right? This gives me a clue here that the larger term is negative. What I mean is, then whatever's bigger here, we're going to end up putting the negative with that. So I need to know ones that have a difference really now, and you can look at it different ways, all right, of the factors. Your book will actually list it out as factors of 18. It'll list it out with the signs, okay? So we want to know, all right, 18 and 1. And really, if you think about it as terms of like negative 18 and 1, does that equal negative 3? No, right? Negative 9 and 2. That doesn't equal negative 3. Okay, so, right, negative 17, negative 7. Okay, what's going to work? Negative 6 and 3. That sums together to be negative 3. And so what I said earlier then, the larger term's going to get the And so when I factor or multiply this out, then I would get negative 18. Because my inner term is negative 6x and my outer term is 3x. Together, that's going to be able to combine to be the negative 3x. Okay. Questions about those three? That's the basic skill for it. Because then I got a monkey wrench to throw, a wrench and a monkey to throw at you. Okay? It's a wrench and a monkey. It's really awful. Here it is. Okay. You ready for that one? No. Okay, good. All right. Yep. So now, if you understood the first three, this isn't terrible. If you didn't understand the first three, then, well, then you're going to like be scratching your head now. So the first term is still going to be x and x, but now I need to create a last term that's going to get me a negative 6y squared, but then when I sum up the two, I'm going to get a negative xy. So, okay, and how much? Any ideas?
Is the second term going to have something like a number, like number y?
Yes, something y.
Yeah.
Any ideas what that would be?
3.
What? 3, and then what? 3 and then 2, right. Now remember what I said. Signs are different, right? And the larger one will get the negative, larger. Because I need to get it. I need the negative to win the fight here. So the negative goes where? Right here. And then the positive goes here. So when I multiply that out, I'll end up getting that. Okay. All right. Any questions? Do I get to stop my recording? that concludes Learning with Mr. Neff. Thanks for tuning in, all 17 viewers.